It's 1/8/2020, everyone, and I want to come on here and cover a few stories about Iran and what's going on right now. I think most channels have covered articles about the missile attacks on the U.S. bases in Iraq. So I kind of want to talk about a few other things. More likely, and that's a quote from a young U.S. soldier from the 82nd Airborne. He said, "We're going to war, bro," declared a young U.S. soldier from the 82nd Airborne in the largest deployment in a decade. Iran has decided to inflict a historic nightmare on the U.S. in retaliation for the killing of Qasem Soleimani, that general, Iranian general. While Kuwait is expected to be the first stop for these soldiers, for some of the 3,500 total paratroopers ordered to the region. Remember, a few days ago, we had the first troops out of there that went over there. So there's 3,500 more total paratroopers ordered to the region. The final destination, so some of them are going to be dropped off in Kuwait, and then the balance of them, the final destination is classified. The older soldiers in their 30s and 40s were visibly more somber, having the experience of seeing comrades coming home from past deployments learning to walk on one leg or in flag-draped coffins. And that was about as much as I wanted to cover on that for right now. Just an additional deployment of more troops from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, on their way over there now. Secondly, a headline titled, "Trump Opens the Gates of Hell." President Trump just opened the gates of hell, Islamic journalist warns, because Iran needs World War III chaos and carnage to bring on their end times Mahdi, according to the British Palestinian journalist Abdeh Bari Atwan. President Trump and America has just opened the gates of hell with the recent airstrikes and killing of Iran-backed militias and the Iranian general Qasem Soleimani, with that man warning that America will soon miss the days of ISIS while hinting at massive terror attacks on America and World War III ahead. Iran, like ISIS, is trying to hasten the arrival of Mahdi, who they believe can only come about in the end times. They believe that the way to hasten the coming of the 12th Imam is to annihilate Israel, and which they call the little Satan, and the United States, which they call the great Satan. Iran's leaders actually believe that the destruction of the United States is foreordained, just as the Soviet Union's implosion was predetermined. They see U.S. economic weakness as a sign that the end of America is near. And that was from All News Pipeline. So, there's no way that Iran was ever going to agree to no Trump peace plan. And the Trump peace plan can never be unveiled anyway until Israel forms their government over there. And so by the time Daniel 9:27 happens, is it going to be because of a Mahdi or something that appears over there after a war and stuff and chaos breaks out, so you have order out of chaos, as we've talked about, the New World Order always talks about. 1 Thessalonians 5:3, while they are saying peace and safety, then destruction will come upon them suddenly like the labor pangs upon a woman with child, and they will not escape. And then finally, Soleimani's daughter is a U.S. citizen. Soleimani's 28-year-old daughter is an American citizen and threatens death to American soldiers. She swore to the U.S. flag to gain U.S. citizenship, but now wants revenge from America. Soleimani's daughter, Zainab, directly threatened an attack on the U.S. military in the region, following an increase in the tensions between Tehran and Washington. So here it turns out she's an American citizen. I believe she has the article said she had a 5-year-old daughter. And then for this, I've got Zephaniah 1:14 and 15. The great day of the Lord is near, it is near and hasteth greatly, even to the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty men shall cry there bitterly. And then I'm going to read from 15 to 18. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm of the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Neither shall silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all of them that dwell in the land. And the Holy Spirit just had said to me, and I'm still working on that message that I'm going to be delivering it sometime in the next few days, because there's a lot of messages here for me to deliver. But what I had gotten from the Holy Spirit, because there was that red flag that they put up in Iran, which was the flag of war, and they hoisted it up there on top of a flagpole on a mosque or something, and several people covered that story, of course. But what I got from the Holy Spirit is that he has a red flag warning for Iran. And so I'll be delivering that message in a few days, as soon as I can figure out exactly. I have to read some stuff and study some stuff and pray about some stuff before I'm going to put that message out. But a red flag warning for Iran. So, brothers and sisters, I think this is it. We've all been thinking that something was coming for a long time. And so, look up, for your redemption draws nigh.